B-side. Turkey Day, Thanksgiving.
Happy things to be giving.
Thanks to be giving.
I have all the things to be giving.
Thanks to North American genocide.
What? Oh, like how we're the new indigenous people.
Yeah, we are that.
Yeah. Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Dark moment there. Dark meat, light meat.
I like the white meat at Thanksgiving. Yeah.
I do too.
But it's funny because I always liked the white meat growing up, and then I realized I really like duck, which is essentially like even greasier dark meat.
Yeah.
And I was like, maybe I did like the dark meat growing up.
Maybe so. Welcome to B-Side with the Sinner and Saint podcast. B-Sides are where we do the holidays, and this is my fave. I love Thanksgiving, and we're doing a Taxman bean encounter. It's good. I like a Belgian heavy brown ale.
Well, I thought, with the Thanksgiving is a day where you pack it on. And
I do that all year, man. I don't have to save that for the holidays.
It's gluttonous in a fun way.
Yeah.
Yeah. What makes it your favorite holiday?
It is the one that has been the least touched by commercialism and consumerism.
Oh, it's all been forgotten. Like it's almost just been like,
whatever. We don't care.
Yeah.
And people are like, well, what about Good Friday? And I'm like, nope, that's the monopolization of Christmas. And it just bleeds onto it. And you don't have to participate in that. So you can, in fact, there is a movement of the, I forget what it's called. It's been a few years since I've tracked with it, but it was a don't shop on Good Friday Day. Like
Black Friday.
I said Good Friday.
You keep saying Good Friday, and I'm like, I don't know.
I think they should be. I think they should be switched. I really do. I think it's a bad marketing.
Oh, you're good.
I think some branding. I think the church needs to take over Black Friday for the end of Holy Week.
Okay.
And I think they need to give Christmas to the consumeristic culture of Good Friday.
Sure.
Because it's pretty Good Friday.
Yeah. No. When you kept going, I was like,
you're like, where is it?
You're somehow going to tie Easter into
I'm not even a drink in. This is
you're like
this is a sign.
Everybody, just get ready for the next episodes.
The next few ones, buckle up.
Yeah, so Black Friday
is
all consumerism.
Yes, thank you.
Have you ever been Black Friday shopping?
One time.
Yeah.
We were going. I think it was way back. I think we were able to get the Wii for like $100 back in the day, and I think we wanted that for the kids, and I think we did some deal then, and that was as much as I was like, okay, I never need to touch that again. Like, no, thank you.
My wife and I were recently talking about that, and because we're not Black Friday shoppers, and like my sister's like coupon clipper. Yeah. Like she'll do the massive like how much money can I save?
And cool if cool if you want to do it. Like.
Right.
If that's your thing, go do it. Awesome. Yeah. I have no interest in the deals. They don't seem like they're as significant as they used to be.
Yeah.
Not to say that they're not there, but I just part of it is for me. I'm like, well, like one, do I need it that bad, and two, that puts a burden on the retail staff, and I'm like, that sucks to be them. Like if we don't buy into it, then they don't have to deal with it. So I really hated when it started bleeding into Thanksgiving Day. And I think COVID kind of reset that. And a few corporations were kind of like, no, we're not going that route.
Yeah, but there were some that were like, no, come on in. Thursday night, we open at 4.
Right.
Come on in. And I get it, because Thanksgiving is one of those holidays where like, it might be lunch, it might be dinner. Yeah. Like you never know. Each family kind of does their own thing. My folks, for a long time growing up, it was like at 3 in the afternoon, and I'm like, well, no, you don't. You're right between. Like you're just screwing up my dietary plan for today.
So what do you do? When do you eat?
Years ago.
What is the Ford celebration?
Years and years ago, my mom actually switched it to Wednesday night before. That way, all of her kids could go to their in-laws on Thanksgiving Day, and so
she is nice.
Yeah, and so it was like she didn't want to have to fight it. My family's is we don't celebrate Thanksgiving. We celebrate trash giving.
Yes.
And We only have a few rules for trash giving, and we graze all day. There's no big meal. There's just kind of, I'm going to eat this now. I'm going to eat this, and so like there's meatballs in the crock pot, and like she likes hers with barbecue sauce on them, and I like mine either with like cream of mushroom or honey sriracha. So we just have sauces instead of like it's not like marinating. Shrimp cocktail, pizza rolls, German or Polish mistakes. So it's just like it's just great because you're like, okay, I'm gonna eat this now. And then like you're not hungry. You just kind of get to the end of a movie, and you're like, I mean, before we start another movie, we'll just dive into this. And we love. Don't go. You can't start your car, and you don't get out of pajamas. Those are the rules.
Oof.
So yeah. So it's like all day lock in.
What is a day like for me to sit in pajamas all day?
It's
by the end of that day, I'm like I felt like I've just gave up on life.
Yep.
And the next day, I'm like I'm getting up and showering. I gotta wash that filth off of me, and I gotta get dressed. I don't care if I'm not doing anything. Like I gotta put on jeans at least.
You are not wrong because it's a struggle for me to stay in pajamas past like 10 in the morning. And like I'm like, okay, had a lazy morning, let's go do stuff. But to your point, that's great because the next day we decorate for Christmas. So I love it because then I get up and I get all the Christmas stuff out. I start the decorations and I'm like, no. Okay, we gotta
do something.
Yesterday I watched football and ate trash food.
I bought a pair of joggers from Fabletics or something. I think my son bought a pair or whatever. He's like, they're so comfortable, and I think anybody under the age of 30 wears like
the new norm.
It's like you could not wear sweatpants to my high school. They were outlawed unless it was gym class. And like so when my kids get up and are like in their sweatpants, I'm like, you can't. What do you like? But like they can sit in these joggers. They love them. They're wonderful. And so I was like, I'll buy a pair. And I bought a pair, and I wore them. I actually wore them recently. And I had them on for about 4 or 5 hours, and I was like, okay, I'm done. I feel like I'm just like slowly giving up on life and just being like, I'm just gonna sit in the darkness, stare at a moving magic screen.
I think that's actually closer than you think, because I think it's like 5 years below us. Is that I think it's like them and everybody. So really, what it is it's like millennials. It's like millennials and below. I live next door to a millennial. Dude's wearing joggers all the time, and I'm like, and I love it too because he's wearing joggers and socks and Birkenstocks, and I'm like, he's one of the genuinely nicest people I know, and I'm just like, get it, man. Like
no, there's not I envy it. I'm like, I wish I could because they do look comfortable, but man, when I wear them, I'm like, I can't
wife bought me a pair 3 or 4 years ago. Because we had gone on a walk. She's like, you want to go take a walk around the neighborhood? I was like, sure. And she's like, you're going to wear jeans? Like, yes. We're taking a walk around the neighborhood.
We're not, this is a walk.
I'm not uncomfortable. And so like a week later, like there's just like this pair of joggers on the bed. And she's like, hey, I just thought you might
she wanted to see
like those. And I was like, okay. Yeah, they're not good. They're not fun. So they have like the elastic at the bottom, like sweatpants when we were kids. But the problem is, this was made for someone that doesn't have the legs I have. Because
you have calves.
There's genuinely no. It's just like stretched around my calf, and I'm like, wow, this is really uncomfortable.
Maybe that's why she bought them for you. She's like,
just buy me shorts then. Just like
no. She wants to undress you in her mind. Undress those calves in her mind.
So speaking of that, happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
The dressing? Are we going to talk about the dressing?
No.
Or the undressing?
We're talking about the undressing. So this was
getting steamy.
New Year's Eve several years ago. My friends were having a party and we didn't go, but they had forgotten something, and so they were like, "Hey, can you drop that over real quick?" I was like, "Sure." And so like normally like my hang around the house is just like pajama bottoms or sweatpants and like a flannel. So like I duck over there, and our friends, I won't name them, but we have friends who are a same-sex couple, and they were like, "Oh, gray sweatpants." And I was like, I didn't know that was like a
this
thing.
This is the window to the dong show.
So basically, if you go buy the butcher shop, there's sausages hanging in the window, and that's essentially the gray sweatpants are the window of sausages in the butcher shop.
Yes, which is why you couldn't wear those in high school.
Yeah, I didn't know that's why. We didn't have a dress code, but like we were country kids. Everybody was wearing jeans anyway. Jeans and boots to school.
Yep.
And I never wore gray sweatpants around them. I was a little self-conscious.
They've noticed it too, and they're like, "Oh."
Well, I didn't think anything about it.
They're like, "You just had to say something, didn't you?"
Well, and then I was just like, "Yeah, it's awkward.
Oh,
I'm gonna go back home and not tell my wife about this."
Oh,
I'm glad. You know, we have a real autonomy here where my wife doesn't listen and yours does. That's freeing for me. It's very freeing for me.
Yeah, it's all that. Maybe I'll wear gray. Maybe I'll get some gray sweats to wear to Thanksgiving dinner later.
I might just wear them today.
Wear them.
I actually tomorrow we had a birthday in our family, a big birthday in our family.
Woo-hoo.
So big dinner out tomorrow night.
Oh,
gray sweatpants is the way to go.
Gray sweatpants the only way to go. It's the only way to go. Yes.
So back to Thanksgiving. Give me your traditional. Like, I want you to go through it in detail for me.
The day?
No. The plate.
Oh.
Your ultimate, and it can be a platter if you want. It does not have to be a small plate. What all's on that plate to make the perfect Thanksgiving dinner meal?
Yeah, so it roasted turkey, not smoked turkey. Mm-hmm. I tried smoked turkey a couple of years ago and was like, nope, that throws off the palate completely. It was good, but it did not go with the mashed potatoes and gravy and the stuffing.
Yep.
Like, if I'm going to smoke a turkey, then the whole Thanksgiving meal has to change to complement the smoked turkey, and that ain't happening.
That's more southern. Now you're on barbecue.
Yes.
It's like we have smoked baked beans and potato chips.
I'm really getting intimate here with you.
I love it. Do it.
Yeah, come on. If you're watching the video, I'm really getting it into the...
He's dipping his microphone like Steven Tyler. You're really excited about the food. Go.
It's my favorite holiday.
I know.
The food is part of it. So, yes, the turkey, mashed potatoes, my sister, so my family all comes from Missouri to do this most years, and they're all here this year. So, and then they all have what they require. And so we're like, cool, you bring that. And my wife has no appetite. Like, she would be cool if Thanksgiving dinner was saltines and water, Diet Coke. She'd be like, no, that's fine. That's good enough. And I'm like, cool. Since you don't like it, you don't get to have an opinion. That's how that works. Because you don't care what you'll eat.
Yeah.
Everyone else does.
Yeah.
And so everybody's in charge of the side that they want. So I provide the turkey.
Okay.
And then anything else. Oh, I make what is it? I make a stuffing. A cabbage stuffing.
Oh, that's interesting.
It's amazing. It tastes like there's sausage in it. It's got sage. It's very savory. It's
a gray sweatpants stuffing.
Well, it looks like it has a sausage in it, so it's got a zucchini in there. But so I make those items, and usually the bread. Amy makes the mashed potatoes. Amy. She used to be defiant that they had to be real.
Like real
and then
potatoes.
I showed her Idahoan brand potatoes.
Yeah.
And I think she shifted a little bit to be like, they taste like the real thing. And I'm like, because they are the real thing. And they're crazy easy. The key is butter. Lots of butter. And then my sister-in-law, Julie, she is adamant that there has to be, what is it, Stouffer's stuffing? Is it Stouffer's?
Stouffer's or
the box? What stovetop?
Stovetop.
So she's got to have stovetop stuffing. So she brings the boxes of that to throw together and prepare. Her daughter Haley, I think, it's either green bean casserole or corn pudding. One of the two. And this the corn pudding, some people get stupid with corn. Some people put onions in it. Some people put cheese in it. That don't happen. No, this is sour cream, cream corn,
give it to me. Come on.
And the cornmeal to give it a nice crispy. That's it. Stop getting crazy and stupid with your corn pudding. And don't bring that to the potluck dinner. Ain't nobody having that. I think somebody demands. Well, there's got to be green bean casserole, and then you have to have the can of cranberries with the ridges.
Okay.
So you got to put it on a plate. So the jelly. So it's yes, exactly that.
Yep.
And then I make a turkey gravy with the with the grease of the turkey.
Yeah.
And
the drippings.
And I think that's it. My Meemaw used to make this apple salad mayonnaise thing, and it was rough. So we've said goodbye to that.
Okay.
And we used to do, every once in a while, I have a fantastic sweet potato casserole that is more dessert than not. I mean, it's got so much sugar and butter and caramelized pecans and crumble on top.
Yeah.
But
you do love pecan pie.
I do love pecan pie.
Yeah.
And then when it comes to the desserts, yes, I don't make pumpkin pie. I just make pumpkin because I don't care for crust. I don't care for pie crust.
Pumpkin whip.
So I just make the inside of the pumpkin pie, whip, and I put it in a container and bake it, and it's a nice little pumpkin pudding, I guess you would call it.
Little pumpkin dumplings.
And then Mom will occasionally make a pecan pie, which is fantastic. She says it's pretty easy. I let her do it. And then usually there's something else, because my sister doesn't like either of those, so she usually is crying for something chocolatey. So yeah.
Do you like chocolate?
I like it. I like it like you like eggs.
Okay.
I don't not like it, but I don't.
I never go to it, but I don't have to avoid it.
Unless it's cake. If it's in the form of cake, then
I asked because my first wife made her Thanksgiving dish every year was a chocolate pecan pie. And
I think it'd be too much. I think I would be like, I'll just have a regular thing.
I didn't like pecan pie anyway, so I was just kind of like, I was the kid who would like, I'll take a piece of pecan and then I'll just eat the pecans and be like, okay, I'm done.
I'm not sure what the goo is. I'm not really sure what the congealed. Yeah, it is. It's true. It's true. And then the morning, Thanksgiving, so we'd get up and do the local turkey trot as a family. Those that want to, it's a 5K run or walk. 5K run, 3K walk, I think. We do that, and then we come home and we make French breakfast puffs, which are these cinnamon sugary. I made you donuts of them a couple weeks ago, but they're that in muffin form. But I think we might stick with those mini donuts. That was pretty. That was an all right.
It's funny. I was making out my Christmas list and I was like, oh, Patrick's done.
Done.
I gave him his Christmas gift already. I didn't.
I can forget about that guy. That was easy.
Make him wait.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
the gift that keeps giving.
Oh man,
those donuts
were good.
I tried some brownies. Well, they were gluten-free brownies. That did not work.
Okay.
That did not work.
For those of you, we're just talking with our knowledge and not telling you what we know.
Get out of our life. This is an AB conversation. You can see your way. You think this podcast is for you? It's not. It's for us.
I do the quality checks on this. So I was listening one day, and Patrick was talking about he was at the St. Louis Museum. The City Museum, which is not a museum at all. It is a giant obstacle course. Yeah,
and worth going to.
There was like this donut maker. But it was like
this
elongated thing, and so
$2,400 at Walmart.
And I was listening. $2,400 at Walmart. Wow. Spoiler: I did not spend $2,400.
That's not the way you got me. It was disappointing.
I essentially got him like the George Foreman donut maker.
It is a press, and it does the trick.
Yeah, and I was like, you know what? For Christmas, I'm going to get him a donut maker. But this was like, I don't know, August?
This was, I think it was early October.
Yeah.
It was early October. And you showed up and you're like, there you go.
And it was Christmas wrapped.
Yeah, it was.
I used Christmas wrapping paper, but I was like, you don't have to wait.
That's right.
Here's your Christmas gift. Enjoy.
Yes. It's amazing. It takes 7 minutes.
Yeah.
I think it would do pancakes. Like, I really want to. I think you could do probably like an omelet mixture in there. Like I think you could kind of go all sorts of directions. Yeah,
yeah.
I think it's versatile. I mean,
I can't wait.
I'm gonna set up a truck.
You should.
I'm just gonna sell out. Maybe I'll just sell out of the back of the Acadia.
You should.
Yeah, just drive around and be like, hey kid, you want a donut?
Just put free donuts on the side.
I got donuts.
Oh wow. Now I would eat donuts for Thanksgiving. I should add donuts to Trash Giving.
You should.
Yeah, just a nice way to start and end the day.
Like
right before dinner, like Shane eat a couple donuts over the sink, and then like, all right, I'm going upstairs.
You ever done that? Shame eating your donuts?
I've never shame eaten donuts. I stress ate chips the other day, which is really rare for me.
That looks like a feeding frenzy in my head where you're just kind of like.
Well, no. It was one of those where it was like, I didn't really know. I wasn't consciously doing it. I was making lunch, and I was like, oh, I'll have chips with my lunch. And then I was like, eat one. Oh, that's good.
You like the salty over the sweet.
Yeah. And like they were my favorite. They're the
regular.
So they're real crunchy, and I was like, oh yeah. And then I just kept going. And like I stopped making lunch, and I was just eating chips.
I'm just gonna chip it.
I was just eating chips, and then I got to that point where I was like, "Well, I mean, there's not enough left for another serving."
Yeah, so I know, right?
I'll just keep
That's
going.
the case. Chips
and
bag of cereal. You're like, no, that's not enough for a second serving. I'm just gonna overload the first serving.
Don't hear what I'm not saying. It wasn't a full bag of chips. It was
right. Yeah.
There was probably like 2.5 servings of chips in there. And I was just like, oh, that's good. And I just kept going. And I didn't look back. And in fact, even when I got to the crumbs, because I had made like a chicken salad sandwich, I just poured the crumbs on the sandwich in with the chicken salad.
Oh, yeah.
And nice little crunch. Just more crunch. And then I put, that's a moment. That's a real moment from my recent life.
Is that a center moment?
I don't know.
We're not doing them here, but thanks for spilling over.
Yeah,
I've been buying Pringles lately, and that's been a nice little guilty pleasure. But I only like the sour cream or the cheddar cheese. I don't like I'll do the plain, but I don't like the barbecue. So I'm real particular with what those are. And then Cammie she found this, which by the label alone, I typically would be like, no, thank you. But it's this cheddar caramel popcorn.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And it's pretty fantastic.
Yeah.
And when we grab our decompressed TV time at night, we pull that open and snack through it, and it doesn't sit for more than 1 or 2 settings. And it's like, well, that's it.
Yeah. No, I'm trying to think. While you were talking, I was trying to think, like, have I shame eaten anything over the sink? I know I have. I just don't remember what it was.
I have shame eaten donuts in a car. Like you go buy them for the family and you're heading back and you're like, well, we're going to go back with one more. Or if you get like Jack's donut holes are the worst where you're like, well,
I'll just have 94
I thought you got donut holes. No, they didn't. They evaporated.
They were out.
The humidity's so high, they just into the atmosphere.
Do you ever do that with food where your wife will be like, hey, can you grab that from the store? And you're halfway home and you realize you forgot it. And the easier thing to do is just be like, yeah, they were out. COVID. Like, a big storm coming. So, shelves were wiped.
No, I have never done that.
I've done that on more than one occasion. Because I've just been like, I don't want to turn around. And be like, man, I all the way forgot that. And I do weigh out, like, is this a staple of her diet? Is this important? And then I'm like, no.
Well, I told the story in one of the most recent podcasts of the time that I went to the grocery store and forgot my wallet, and then went home and came back and still forgot my wallet. So
you didn't tell that story.
I will. It's there. Okay. It's there. Go check it out.
I forgot that one. Okay.
I was I was mad the first time. I was enraged the second time.
Oh my God.
And that was where I punished myself. I'm like, no, you're paying for this. You're doing the walk of shame. Yeah, it was the internal Mike Probst dialogue of like, get your ass in that store.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. That's fine. Where are we now?
We got 7 minutes.
Okay.
6 minutes.
So I think I told this story last year, but I'm going to tell it again.
Tell it again. We like it. Tradition.
It's a great story. Yeah, this is... Kids, gather around the radio.
Welcome to the Sinner and Saint podcast, Thanksgiving tradition.
Grandpa tells a story.
Go for it, Uncle Benny.
Well, kids, I got a good old story for you today.
I can't call you Uncle Ben.
Yeah,
it's copyrighted.
Even my nieces and nephews don't call me Uncle Ben. Because it's
that's because they're disrespectful little punks.
Yeah, no, they just Uncle Wildcard. My favorite Thanksgiving story from our family involves my grandma Ford, my dad's mom, who always put on the whole big Thanksgiving dinner for everyone. Yeah. And my dad was an only child, but he had a cousin that my grandparents helped raise. So typically it'd be our family and our Uncle Dick's family, and then my grandparents. And as my grandparents got older, they ended up relocating to a house across the street from where I grew up. And my mom, who's not a cook, and can't even pretend to be a cook. Like, she's learned a lot like later in life, but early on, boy, it was tough sledding from what I understand. I blocked those memories out.
Suppress that.
My mom was like, Charlotte, will you please make the turkey? And my grandma was like, no, it's your house, it's your Thanksgiving, you make the turkey. So this goes on for a few weeks.
Yes.
Where like my mom is badgering her into this. And my grandma, every single year growing up, like the juiciest turkey, like the best, like it's the turkey you want at Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Like it is champ. Like it is like, yeah, that's what I want. So, yeah, sure enough, my grandma finally gets bullied by my mother to confess, I've never made a turkey in my entire life. And my grandmother had this arrangement with a woman across the street named Doris who my grandma would buy both turkeys and Doris would make both turkeys. So my grandma would, in her like night coat or whatever, her like sleeping stuff, would go across the street in the middle of the night at like 4:30 in the morning, collect her turkey.
Shady Deals by Grandma Ford.
Put it in her oven, and then just, put it on low.
Yeah.
Let it cook until lunchtime.
You gotta get the aroma in when everybody comes in. You're like, okay.
And the only thing my grandparents have been dead for decades, but I don't know if my grandpa ever knew about it. That's the thing I wish I knew the end of that story.
She kept a lot of stories from Grandpa.
Yeah,
There's a lot of things that Grandpa didn't know.
Street. It was a two-way street. Evidenced by my grandpa going, we can go get biscuits and gravy if you don't tell Grandma we went and got biscuits and gravy.
Do you have any secrets, especially since she doesn't listen? Do you have any secrets you keep from your wife that you're like, oh, she doesn't know this?
Oh, tons.
Yeah?
Tons.
Oh, where the bodies are buried.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, I don't keep a journal. Like, when I'm gone, they go with me.
Yeah. They're done, huh?
She doesn't get to know them.
Wow. You'll never know.
Man of mystery.
That's right. All right, we're at 27. Have a great Thanksgiving. Eat your brain out. Make some good memories with your family, or don't.
Watch some football.
Watch some football, and enjoy the day. Thanks for tuning in to
Get ready for
Reminiscing,
Christmas.
and enjoy Side B.